In the heart of a bustling city, where the glow of streetlights meets the dust of forgotten dreams, stands a man whose honor was stolen, Kelvin Harrison. Once a decorated soldier, respected across the nation, his name now carries the stain of disgrace. He was dismissed from the army under false accusations, a move carefully planned by powerful men to hide their own corruption. But fate has a strange way of connecting the past with the present. Kelvin Harrison lived quietly in his small compound on the edge of the city. His uniform now hung on the wall like a memory, a reminder of who he once was. He raised his two sons, Duke and Joe, with discipline and love, but pain had already taken root in their hearts. As the boys grew, the bitterness of their father's downfall shaped their paths. Duke Harrison, the elder, was sharp-minded and bold. He learned the ways of the street, how to survive, how to command respect, and how to control men. Over time, Duke became a name whispered in the city's dark corners. He ruled the underworld with quiet power, mixing charm with fear. Joe Harrison, the younger brother, took a different road. Calm, precise, and loyal to a fault. He became a skilled hitman, working for secret clients who paid him to take care of problems. Joe never knew who sent the orders. He just did the job and moved on, clean and quiet. The brothers drifted apart, one lost in power, the other lost in silence, until destiny brought them face to face again. One rainy evening, Joe received a confidential assignment from a powerful client. The job was simple: eliminate a man who had become a threat to political stability. The pay was huge, the instructions clear, and Joe, as always, didn't ask questions. He prepared his weapon, put on his dark jacket, and went out into the night. The address led him to an old warehouse at the edge of the city, the kind of place where shadows whisper secrets. He set his aim through the broken window, waiting for his target to appear. Then he saw him. The man standing before him, confident, well-dressed, surrounded by guards, was his brother, Duke Harrison. Joe's breath caught. The past, the pain, the broken family. Everything flashed before his eyes. He lowered his gun slowly, confusion and disbelief flooding his mind. Before he could act, one of Duke's men spotted him. Gunfire broke out. Joe dove for cover, returning fire to protect himself, not knowing he was fighting his brother's guards. The fight ended in chaos. Duke's men surrounded Joe, ready to finish him, until Duke himself walked out and ordered them to stop. "Let me see his face," Duke commanded. When Joe lifted his head, their eyes met, and in that instant, both brothers knew. "Joe," Duke whispered. "Brother," Joe replied, his voice shaking. Silence filled the room. Both men, now enemies by trade, realized how far life had pulled them apart, and how the same hands that destroyed their father's honor were still controlling their fates. That night, in the dim light of Duke's hideout, the two brothers talked for hours. Duke revealed how the same political figures who ruined their father's name were using crime to control the city. Joe shared how the man who sent him on this mission was one of those powerful elites. They connected the dots, and the truth burned hotter than anger. Their father, Kelvin Harrison, had been punished not because he failed, but because he uncovered corruption among the generals and businessmen who now ruled behind closed doors. The brothers made a silent vow to bring justice, not by violence, but by truth. Together, Duke and Joe began their mission. Duke used his network in the underworld to gather evidence. Joe used his secret contacts to uncover hidden files and records. Slowly, piece by piece, they exposed the corruption that destroyed their family. Their journey was dangerous. Betrayal came from friends, and enemies watched every move. But they stood as one, guided by their father's spirit. Kelvin Harrison, though broken by the system, became a symbol of integrity. His sons, once lost to the world of crime, now fought to restore the family name. At the heart of the capital, during a grand political rally, Duke and Joe made their final move. They released hidden recordings, documents, and videos, proof of the crimes that had been buried for years. The crowd erupted in shock. The media spread the story across the nation. The same leaders who once walked in pride now trembled in fear. And somewhere in his small home, old Kelvin Harrison watched the news on his flickering TV, tears rolling down his face. His honor was restored, his name cleared, his sons redeemed. Weeks later, the city returned to its normal rhythm. Duke decided to leave the underworld behind, starting a foundation for young boys without fathers. Joe, tired of violence, became a private security officer, protecting people instead of hunting them. They both visit their father's house. The brothers stand beside their father's old uniform, as the sun rises behind them. Duke says quietly, "They tried to bury us, but they forgot we were seeds." Joe smiles. "And now we grow." A story of blood, truth, and redemption, born from Africa's heart and told through the strength of family. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to write what you think about this family, Harrison. Like and share. Till next time.